Dean Corll, known to the world as the Candyman, because he gave out candy to neighborhood kids in Houston, Texas. Charming, polite, friendly, the kind of man your parents would want you to meet. Except behind that warm smile, behind the neatly combed hair and the handshake, lived a darkness that makes even the most hardened detectives shudder. Dean Corll didn't just kill, he curated terror. He orchestrated an entire system of abduction, torture, and murder that would go on for years before the world finally caught up with him. It started in the late 1960s. Dean, a man in his 30s, befriended teenage boys. At first, it was simple: candy, a bit of attention, maybe a pool party at his house. But Dean had accomplices, and not just casual friends. He recruited two teenagers, David Brooks and Elmer Wayne Henley, to help him lure victims. And lure them he did. Boys vanished from neighborhoods, from school, from their own homes, and no one suspected the polite man in the candy-striped tie. Corll's house became a private hell. He had ropes, chains, handcuffs, and instruments of torture. He forced the boys to strip, to endure unspeakable psychological abuse. And when he killed, it wasn't always immediate. Some were bound, some were starved, some were kept alive just to watch them squirm. Corll had perfected the art of control, turning his victims into puppets, using fear and manipulation as if they were a twisted form of currency. He killed at least 28 boys between 1970 and 1973, 30, 32, the truth may never be known. Some bodies were buried in plots on his family's property, others in rivers, some simply vanished into the Gulf of Mexico. Each boy became part of Corll's private nightmare, each disappearance a testament to how someone could hide monstrous evil behind normalcy. Then came the end. Elmer Wayne Henley, one of Corll's teenage accomplices, grew tired of the terror. He planned to take action. In a moment that reads like the climax of a horror movie, Henley shot Corll in his own Houston home. The reign of the Candyman ended, but the horror didn't. Police discovered the graves, the torture implements, the carefully maintained illusions of innocence, and the scale of Corll's crimes became undeniable. Even now, decades later, the Candyman murders are shocking not just for the brutality, but for the audacity. How could a man, a seemingly ordinary neighbor, hide this kind of evil in plain sight? How could he convince two teenagers to become accomplices in one of the most terrifying murder sprees in American history? And how could a community unknowingly live alongside such darkness for years? Dean Corll's story is a chilling reminder. Monsters don't always lurk in shadows. Sometimes they smile at you, offer candy, and make you feel safe, all while orchestrating a nightmare that defies comprehension. It is a story of horror, manipulation, and the fragility of trust. A case that will forever haunt the streets of Houston and the minds of those who dare to look too closely.